Welcome back to the homestead. This morning we're going to cut some firewood. Ashley and the boys, they went on a lunch date with her grandmother, so I'm going to get some work done while she's gone. I got some dead ash trees here behind me. I was going to cut those up. What I really like about ash is that it's typically a dry wood this time of year, and it's already seasoned because it's been dead for some time because of the disease that went around there a couple years ago. So if you find a standing ash tree like this one and it falls over, typically the wood is still really good in it. Go back here and grab the saw that we're going to use today. This morning we're cutting with a Stihl Wood Boss 028 AV. I think this saw was made probably in the late 80s. It's a good running saw. Firewood's our main source of heat here at the homestead. We burn several, probably truckloads of firewood each season. This is our third season of burning wood. It's a wonderful heat. It's very dry heat, and it keeps our house relatively warm all winter long. And most of all, it's a cheap type of heat. I can probably cut a truckload of firewood for less than $3 to $5, and that'll typically last probably, I don't know, 3 weeks or so. But yeah, it's great. We love burning firewood. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Typically, what we find here on our homestead for firewood is is black locust, red oak and white oak, a little bit of hickory. We don't have a whole lot of maple. Ash trees, of course. I cut one of those up here earlier. But I want to kind of identify and show you what some of these trees look like. We can kind of walk up through here and see if we can identify any. But right here behind me I have a black locust tree, and that makes excellent firewood, especially when it's dry and seasoned. It is the hottest burning wood that we have experienced. Turn the camera around here and kind of show you talking about. Don't get tangled up and stuff. Let's see. So it kind of has a distinct bark on it when it's a mature tree. It's very rigid. This kind of half dead one here, it's very gnarly looking. I've never seen one like this. Yeah, it's got a big old like dog leg hanging off of it. But directly behind it there is a mature black locust tree, and it is still alive. Let's see if I can walk up here to the edge of the tree line, see if we can identify any more. I'm gonna let you guys know we're here. I'm here across the road. This is one of our pastures here. I kind of give you an overview. Got some cedars that we're going to try to get rid of. Bring the loader over here and push them out of the way. I see some down in there. There's a dead ash tree right up there, still standing. And that is a monster tree. And I don't like push those down with the loader. It's kind of dangerous. I'll wait for them to fall down, then I'll take care of them. So that there, back here, this bigger tree, I can kind of zoom in on it, maybe. That tree there is an elm tree, slippery elm. They say the bark is medicinal, and that is some very hard wood to split because it is very, think of the word, stringy, I guess is the word term I could use. But it's decent firewood. A small tree here is a honey locust. There's a cherry tree. Cherry wood that smells wonderful burning. Kind of zoom in on the bark. Kind of see how it's kind of checkered. That's how you kind of identify those. One of my favorite trees on the homestead. This is a red oak, very mature red oak. This tree is beautiful. I just love the long limbs on it. I've never seen, well, you don't see these typically. This tree is pretty huge. It's up here at the top of our ridge. Got a nice dead branch there I'd like to get a hold of. Burn it for firewood. Right here is a little maple tree. The bark on the maple is just it's very smooth. Not a lot of deep ridges or anything in it. Yeah, that's kind of the spot right up in here is where the boys I like to come up and play. I need to put like a porch swing or something up here. Or not a porch swing, but a tree swing. And I think that might be the branch right there that we need to use. Probably that one directly above me. It's a nice sturdy looking one. One last tree I'll show you. This is where I set one of my swarm traps last year. Looks like I left my strap there. This is a shagbark hickory tree. And I don't cut down trees just to burn them for firewood. I wait till they do their life cycle and fall over dead, and then I cut them up for firewood. But I like the hickory trees. They smell wonderful too when they're burning. And also the hickory nuts, they taste wonderful too. Very good to eat. But I just wanted to show you some trees and identify them, you know, for wood purposes. I mean, if you guys want me to do a video in the spring to help you identify trees by the leaves, it's easier to do, we can do that too. The big plan here is to get this field cleaned up. I pushed down some of the cedars there. There's a lot more to do. I'm hoping to get a good amount of hay off this field next year. Okay, we're all loaded up here. Ashley says she wanted to help me split this wood later this evening. So that's what we'll plan on doing. But we got a decent amount in the back of the mule, and we're going to head back to the house.
I'm back from my lunch date with my mama, and I'm going to be helping Justin now with splitting the wood. So I do recommend that you wear gloves and protective eyewear while you do this, just in case things fly out. To be honest, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But I do recommend that you do have protective wear, especially headphones for your eyes and for your hands, obviously. So I do recommend that.
Headphones for your eyes.
I mean, not headphones. What are they called?
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs. Yeah. Earmuffs for your ears is what I meant. Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll start the splitter up and we'll get to splitting this wood.
Okay. All right, we got all the wood that Justin has cut while I was gone. It is now split and loaded in the back of the mule for us to go stack it and have it dry out for a few days.
Yeah. There's a couple other things I want to show you. I want to show you an example of the black locust that I was talking about. And also I want to show you this moisture meter that I have. It kind of tells you the moisture content of the wood.
Oh yeah, you don't want any moisture in your wood. It's hard to get the fire going, and it builds creosote too, right? Is that right?
No, unseasoned wood typically has more creosote in it. Seasoned wood does not. Yeah, it's just a pain though when the wood's wet. So.
It is a pain when the wood is wet. I testify to that. So you want to make sure your wood is nice and dry when you go to put it in the fire.
I'll show you this device we got real quick. Okay, so I just want to show you an example of the black locust. This is something I did not cut today, but I cut at a previous date. If Ashley can zoom in here real close, I can kind of show you. This wood is very dense. Way to identify it if it's laying like down on the ground and the bark's off of it. you have to actually cut it, and it's kind of it has a yellow tint to it on the inside, and the rings inside of it are just very tight and dense. And I think this wood has a lot of oils in it, so that's what makes it so hot when it burns. But it's excellent firewood. The other device I want to show you is this moisture meter that I have. I'll show you how it works here. It's a little dirty, it's been in the wood pile area. So take this cap off, oh, just throw it. But it has these spikes in there, and they tend to get bent pretty easily. But what you'll turn it on there, and the moisture is set on wood. And so what you do is typically want your wood 20% or less in the moisture. So I'm going to insert this in a piece of wood, and she can come up here closer and I'll show you what the moisture content of this ash wood that I cut today is. You know, note that this wood was on the ground, and it's typically a little bit drier than. So it's alarming us that the wood is 40% moisture. So we're going, you know, the ideal burn is right at 20 or less than 20. Let me try to probe into this locust. This is what bends the prongs because this wood is so dense. So I'm going to kind of poke it into the side of it and see what it says it is. So the locust is a little on the wet side still. It's at 21.
I don't know if I can get that on there.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's at 21%. But it's very close to being burn ready. Another thing to note also is if you leave the bark on the wood, it typically holds the moisture content more. So if you can debark it, it's better. If it falls off when we split it. That's the way we do it. I ain't gonna spend a whole lot of time taking the bark off, but just note that this is a good tool to have just to have peace of mind about your wood, if it's wet or not. You don't have to probe every piece. So say you got a big stack of wood and you probe 6 or 7 pieces and it's all dry, I would just consider the rest of the stack good to burn at that point. Another thing to note is I wouldn't store my wood directly on the ground. I would get some pallets or something to stick the wood so you can have airflow on the bottom. Other than that, I mean, that's about it. Well, we hope you found this video informative. If there's some more information you would like to have, just reach out to us and let us know. In the springtime, we plan on doing another video of identifying trees. I think that might help out some people. Like I said, it's kind of hard to identify trees in the wintertime.
But that comes with the more you do it, like in the spring and stuff, that will help in the winter too, to know what you're looking for, getting more comfortable with it.
Yeah. So, you know, this is our main source of heat for the homestead, and it's very cheap to heat your house with wood.
And it gets really warm too. I mean, I don't know how many people could say they open the windows in the dead of winter just to like cool off a little bit. It can get pretty warm and toasty in our house.
Yeah, it is an excellent source of heat. You know, it's not completely free. I mean, you have to spend a lot of labor time to get it done, but it's well worth it in my opinion. I don't like no $400 or $500 electric bills or heat bills.
No, it's well worth it. There's no heat like wood heat. We've had a home that was not wood heat, and then we had the wood stove, and I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's the best heat I think.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But if you like more content like this, just please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.
Have a good one, guys. God bless.
God bless you.
I'm not even in it hardly. I'm like a wandering head.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Gotta put that stick out a little further.
All right, ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on, there's a truck. A bus. All right.
Okay. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Give and take away. Give and take away. My heart will learn to sing. Blessed be your name.